Oh, cool. How's everyone doing tonight? Trying to figure this stuff out. Give me a second. What's up? Our time is out. We're learning how to make steakhouse rare recipe here because my mind is not included right now. So how are you doing? If I recall correctly, you're in southern Alabama, a little bit west of Mobile, along the Gulf of Mexico side of I-10. Man, doesn't that look good? Oh yeah, that definitely looks good. Anyhow, enough of that. Gotta go back to this style. Shit. Because I used up all my free time on StreamYard, so you gotta look at my ugly mug until I figure out I don't have access to this feature. Okay. About dashboards and feedback. Yep, I don't know how to work this thing. But this is the only way I can do a live stream. So what are you up to? You still here? Yep, you are. Hey, you guys can see my earring. Soon it'll be a crystallized osmium earring. I'm not getting a nose piercing. That's not happening. Thank you for being here, my friend. You are in southern Alabama, right? West of Mobile. East of Mobile, not west. I keep getting things screwed up because I'm on the west coast. So is there anything you want to talk about this evening? Well, you're the only one here, my friend. It's just two people, you and me, I think. So you can ask questions, whatever. I'm going to pull up the Kitco chart, see if anything cool is happening with the metals. Nah, silver's almost 29. Everything else, gold's over 2,500 still. Nothing changed on the weekend when the stuff's. Hey, what's up, C4? When the COMEX isn't open. Okay, so you're in Southern California. And I don't know where C4 lives. Of course, I'm in the North Bay, the Bay Area of California. Anyone wants to know? That's lower back issues, bro. That's where around the area where the sciatic starts messing with people down. Hold on, what is it? C4. No, hold on, wait. I thought it was T. Huh. Let me find out here real quick. Yeah, okay, they're divided into 5. Okay, so let's see. You said C4 and C6. That would probably be the cervical, which is actually at the top, towards your neck, actually, isn't it? Is that correct? Yeah, okay, neck, yeah, because it's cervical's up here, and then the coccyx and the lumbar. So I was thinking of the coccyx, or right above it, the first 2 lumbar bones. That's a bad area to have surgery because it could paralyze you. It could paralyze your neck too, but mostly they know what they're doing there. Well, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm probably going to end up having to have surgery one day on my lower back, but I'll deal with that later. It's not a now thing. I still do isometric stretching, stuff like that, to keep my back limber and no pain. Right on. I'm glad you're recovering nicely. That's always a good thing. Got a cat wanting my attention. Proper diet, I would suggest, always helps in healing as well. But you got to learn, self-learn, so there's not too much out there as far as nutritional medicines. But seeing how you go to the gym, you probably have a decent idea of that stuff, I would presume. But maybe not. I don't know. So are you going to college there, C4? Are you a student at Cal Poly? Because that's in St. Louis Obispo. I actually did some work down there. 19, 20 years ago, they were building a new part of the Cal Poly, and they had decking going over the sidewalk area. Well, then you should know a lot about nutritional medicine. Yeah, come on up here, girl. Ginger's joining us. There she is. Yes, my girl. So you're what was your field of work? You should be like retired then with the neck injury, especially if it was work related. Oh, well, you're living in a lot safer environment there, C4. Oh, well, hopefully it's not hard work. Our time is out. So, you guys into precious metals, or you just hang out in the chats of people talking about financial stuff, or specifically precious metals? Oh, yes, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a good thing to be all in. Actually, if you want to know something here, I'll go ahead. So, okay, Ginger, you are not helping me type. Let's see. Let's see what Google has to say. I know what it has to say. Okay. This is stuff people don't like talking about right here. Hopefully, it'll allow me to put all of it in. And it won't. So, I will have to copy, delete, and the rest of it is coming. There we go. Yes, Basel III considers physical or allocated silver to be a Tier 1 asset with zero risk. Basel III Accords are a set of banking regulations that were enacted after created by the International Bank Settlement Bank or something in 2010 to respond to the Great Recession. It is not fully enacted. Get your claw out of me, honey. It's not fully enacted. England and a few other countries haven't fully enacted it. But once all the countries that are signed on to Basel III enact it fully, silver's a Tier 1 asset, so the price should go up at that point in time. And that's probably going to end it'll probably end up, I don't want to say majority of the manipulation, but it should end quite a bit of the elements that are manipulating silver, shall we say. And that is, you can read Basel III Accord yourself. It was signed off by, you see there, it was created by the Bank of International Settlements. So, and every country signed up to it to keep doing banking. They had to, and they were given a certain amount of time to enact it and become fully compliant with it. And that time is coming up very, very shortly. It's a lot safer, C4. It's a lot safer. St. Louis. One thing, okay, from LA to St. Louis Obispo, I've never lived in either, but I've been to both. And what I could say, from my opinion, is if you live in LA, you stand a chance to get robbed, killed, whatever. If you live in St. Louis Obispo, just watch out for the rattlesnakes. They're easier to handle because they give you a warning. The bad people that you run across in LA probably won't give you a warning. Not saying there's not bad people in St. Louis Obispo, but there's just a lot more of them in LA. Yeah, it's a lot safer. A lot safer. The only reason the neighborhood or the block that I live on, or a couple blocks that I live around is safe is because it took me 22 years to make them that way, and I didn't have much cop help during this. So I did it myself. I chased a lot of people out that didn't need to be around here, and we don't have much crime now because of it. But you go 3 blocks down the road, and well, I don't control that. But this in particular block in the bad area of Vallejo is actually starting to pick up. I've got people working on their houses, cleaning up their lawns. I take care of the street and sidewalks and help them with their lawns and stuff to where we're going to improve the neighborhood and get to know people and stop crime in that way, because I'm hopefully not going to be here for too much longer, maybe 6 months, a year, then I'm out. So I'd like to see this place. I'd like to see the people on this block taking care of it themselves before I leave. Because that way, at least I know they're on the right track to have a good neighborhood, keep it going, and it won't go back to the piece of crap crime unit that it was before I started kicking all the crime out of here. So who else is joining us this evening? Hold on. Let's see. Nope. It only tells me who's chatting. That sucks. Oh well. At least 2 of you are chatting. That's a good thing. Yeah, I'm 57, by the way. C4 is 32. And what's up, Tom? And our time is out. It's 58, so he and I are in the same age group. Mr. C4, not too close to retirement, but you play your cards right, you can be retired in 2 to 3 years, especially with what's coming. If you're positioned right with what's coming, and trust me, it's not, if you're able to make money with what's coming, you're doing great. I think the biggest game with what's coming, because of everyone's individual scenarios, it doesn't put them in a position to be, what's up, Hagler? It doesn't put them in a position to be ready for what's happening because of their lifestyles, put them, they'll just take too long for them to get out of debt and do all this other stuff. So a lot of people are going to get screwed and not be able to take advantage. So I think this is a game of who loses least as far as mainstream people go. People, that 1 or 2, 3% of America that are actually following the economy and the precious metals and whatnot are actually probably going to make money. Or at least you won't get, if you have enough of the precious metals, you'll make money. If you have like just a couple hundred ounces, you might have to make your house payment 4 or 5 months plus all your bills off of your silver. So it will save you from being homeless, but it eats away at your wealth. So I do suggest everyone position themselves appropriately for your lifestyle and the situation you're in your specific lifestyle that no one else but you knows about and only you know how to handle. Do your best. That's why I try not to give advice. I just tell people be kind, helpful, and grateful, because everyone's scenario is different. I mean, 32, 58, 57, we're all different ages, different scenarios in life, different concerns, different worries. So we should just share our opinions from our own perspectives of what's happened to us. And if it applies or doesn't apply, it's just information that I'm trying to pass on. I want people to have as much information as possible. Basically being kind, helpful, and grateful, because if you're kind, helpful, and grateful, like neighbor right here, two homosexual guys, got nothing against homosexuals, nice guys, because of COVID and all this other stuff, they kind of isolated themselves. They didn't go outside. Their yard started to go to crap. So I'd like, whenever they're today, do you mind if I take care of your yard for you? Because I know the situation. I'm, no big deal. You do you. I just want to take care of your yard so it doesn't get out of control, so you can't get back on top of it when you decide that, things are cool for you when you're doing you. It doesn't bother me. So I take care of their yard, and they like cook me food. How many of you guys here's neighbors cook you food and bring it over for dinner? Like about once every other week, these two gay guys cook up a feast, bring it over to me. I'm like, cool. Neighbors next door on the other side, 30-some, young 30s, professionals. One's a musician, the other's into making movies and producer, that type of stuff. So they take off a lot. I help them out. They leave for a week or 2 weeks at a time. I go over there, water lawn, I'll mow the lawn, I'll water their little garden, their trees, I'll do security. Guy across the street, same thing. It's just be kind, helpful, and grateful, and people return it. If you're a jerk, you don't get none of that. And how much does it take to be kind, helpful, and grateful? A change of perspective. That's all. Yeah, basically, Hagler. That's a good thing. Our time is out. You're preparing, and obviously, Hagler Huddle, of course, you're 100% correct. Be prepared as you can be. And that's also, again, driving back to be kind, helpful, and grateful. I go to, and actually, Economic Ninja picked this up after I started talking about it. In 1929, 75% of Americans were employed. Yeah, it was a little bit hard for them, but they were employed. So the pictures you see of the people on the street starving, that's only because 75% of the nation wasn't kind, helpful, and grateful. That's all. Now imagine this scenario. Go back to 1929 in the history books and think, well, what if everyone who could tithe 10% to the homeless, the hungry, the needy? How bad would it have been? And how much quicker could we have recovered if everyone was more in the line of being kind, helpful, grateful, rather than, I'm watching my back, man. Fuck your family. I'm taking only care of mine right now. I only got, enough for 2 years, and I'm only making a little bit of money extra. You'll find the attitude that will make you successful in life, that I believe will make you successful in life, is, here's an analogy. As you're climbing up the ladder of success, do your best not to step on anyone, because you'll probably see them on the way down, and you don't want them not to be kind, helpful, and grateful to you. And they won't be kind, helpful, and grateful to you if you step on them on your way up. That's an analogy of how I think about making money. And that's why I don't do things that cause people to lose money, stocks, crypto, stuff like that, because you have a market cap. A market cap's like a building. It's got a certain number of bricks in it. That's its market cap. Some other market comes along to compete with that market cap, and the buildings go back and forth. What that means, every brick that's, or piece of market cap that comes out of one building to go to the other building represents not only people making money at the one building, but it also represents a lot of people losing money where it was taken from. And that's why I haven't really got any companies going yet, because I got 3 ideas, businesses. 2 of them are well on the way. One of them I'm going to start, and one of them can be considered, well, not really. None of them will compete for market cap. One of them is a yacht design, but it like totally blows. It's nothing out there, so it's not a market cap stealer. I'll be creating a new industry of boat building with my design. Same with my bee design, Langstroth's hive system. I don't use it. I came up with a whole new system, tested it for 6 years, put it in a mobile feature, and that's gonna get that started. So that's not taken. That's creating an industry or a company, not competing with anyone else. And that means you're not costing other people money to make money. It's a little harder to get started because it's a new thing. But if you don't have any competition, that's the best business to be in. So that's the way I look at business is, yeah, you can get in and compete. Yeah. And you're going to have all the issues that come with that. So I like to get, I'm a different type of thinker. That's all. Not everyone's the same. We're all different. And that's what makes us all great, especially if we're a community, because then that way everyone's individual uniqueness can be added to the community of people that didn't see that perspective, and they can gain wisdom from a different perspective. Whether you use that wisdom or not, at least you know it, so where if it is applicable in any part of your life in the near future or far future, you'll have it to where you didn't have it before. No, sir, I don't do Bitcoin. I'm keeping an eye on it. I kept an eye on it about 6 years now. For the first 2 of those years, which was before the last halving, I was actually a moderator for a channel that had about 90,000 subscribers. And I was the #1 moderator because as I do everything, I do research, and it was new to me. So I got into it. I did a lot of research. It actually led me to silver, because when I do research and like say in crypto, okay, all the reasons 6 years ago that they were given applied with silver too, but no one wanted to do a crossover. And I just kept looking, and then, the coins can be infinitely created, all this other stuff. Some can, some can't, this, that. There's a lot of rules and whatnot, but it all basically the basic premise of both of them led me to silver over the crypto. I understand the principles of it. I understand it is going to have a future use case in whatever financial transactions go on. I am not at all online with it'll ever beat money for you and I to do transaction. Here's a couple Bitcoin. Let me put my phone up here that can be hacked as we're doing our transaction. I don't see that as a safe money. And actually, any reasonable person in economics who wants to start a financial system wouldn't say, hey, what's up, your Army Prepper? To use our money, you've got to have a special wallet. It's got to stick it in an anti-box thing that no one can steal its electronic signals from, and you can only use it at a secure location. Wait, check this out. I can use this anywhere. I don't need to secure it except for punch someone in the face that wants to take it from me that I'm not giving it to. Ease and convenience. It doesn't offer that. Not only does it not offer ease and convenience, it doesn't offer acceptance. George Gammon proved this when he went down to a foreign country. See, we're landlocked in America. They're pushing this stuff on America. They're not pushing it in Brazil or Argentina or Chile or anywhere else, a little bit in Europe. That's not the world. That's a small part of a big globe. So is it as big as you think it is? Is it as big as the economies are? Yeah. Is it a money system? No. You want to know why? I'm doing a program right now on Africa, Burkina Faso, throwing out a lot of videos on what they're doing. And it ain't got nothing to do with digital currency, digital nothing. It all has to do with solid assets and them controlling everything that comes out of the ground in their country. And they're going to be building. Dude, I did the video today. It might actually be, no, not the video uploading now, but the one that's just uploaded. Burkina Faso is getting pushing for engineering colleges and students because they want to build high rises and bridges. Bingo, baby. I'm an iron worker. That's what I do. I could go over there right now. And they said they say on the video they pay what out of country people get paid, but as soon as their engineers and stuff can take their positions, their engineers will get paid that much, keeping the money in country rather than getting out of the country. But until then, I can go over there and get that money. I'm not going to, but I could, because my life's going down a different direction. Yeah, they're pushing it to high heavens, Roman Forever, but here's the deal, in my opinion. BRICS is breaking away from the SWIFT system. SWIFT system is a digital currency system. It's transfer electronically of funds, large amounts of digits electronically from place to place. It's controlled. So, crypto supposedly takes out that control. It doesn't, but they say it doesn't. That's how they're trying to sell it. And I can understand that. The only thing is, BRICS, and if you look at all the countries in BRICS, they're all totalitarian and dictatorships, or very authoritarian governments, not real democratic, where they actually people lead. And that's why they're pushing it so hard here in America, because we're the ones that are blowing it out of the water for their whole digital world. Because they can push it on BRICS countries. BRICS countries will have a CBDC because their governments are that kind of government that will tell their people what they will use. That don't work here in America. You got to psychologically mess with us to get us to believe, or you got to set up a scenario for us to make us fall in the hole to where we think, oh no, this wasn't planned. And oh, here's a life raft. It's a CBDC life raft. We didn't mean to push you into it all. But see, more of us are getting aware of that. Not only that, you have the Anti-Spy Act of last year, which Congress passed bipartisan unanimously, because Congress doesn't want a CBDC because they can't pay their hookers and have it not recognized. They can use cash. And hey, they even got a taxpayer-funded sex lawsuit payout thing that's funded $15 million by a U.S. taxpayer. So they can use their cash. It's untraceable. Get a Hummer, and if the girl sues, taxpayer takes care of it. If it's CBDC, now it's traceable. Now the girl gets to sue the guy. The congressman's in trouble. That's a problem with CBDC, and that's a problem with our leaders will have. So our leaders might make you want to think they're pushing it, but in reality, they don't want it. They want their privacy of transaction just like everybody else. They're getting paid to push this thing. If you see a chart of EV vehicles, you think here, let me type 1 in the chat if you think EV vehicles are as popular as you see on TV. And type 2 if you don't think they're as popular, because I got some information on EVs. Okay, 2, yes, okay. Well, you're the only ones typing, no one else typing in. Well, here's the deal on EVs. It's totally public taxpayer funded. And if you look at a map of where EVs are successful, New York, California, 2 of the most liberal states in the world that spend. And they're spending a lot of taxpayer money pushing EV innovation. It's being taxpayer funded and pushed by a certain political party. It's not even nationwide. If you look at a map of a nation of sales of EV cars and use of EV cars, New York, California, no one in the middle has more than 1% of EV cars. The rest of them are combustion engine, brother. So they're selling you on a lie, for one. And we're believing the lie because 3 men own all the news media here in America, and they're all leaning to one side, the side that's pushing the EVs. Because if you look at China, and I did a show on this, they've got 1 million EVs. Another four with batteries in them, 1 million of them in a junkyard. What's the environmental damage to that? And when are the people pushing the EV going to tell us the environmental damage? If you look at Elon Musk's cars, the Tesla, if they get dented because he makes them as a unibody, one part, you can't replace one part, you got to replace it all. If they get dented or the battery units gets a little issue through a small fender bender, they trash the whole car because it's cheaper to give you a new car than it is to fix it with the manufacturing style that he uses to make his cars and his batteries. That means we're making an excessive amount of batteries that are being put where? junkyards. Is that a good place for EV batteries? Do we have an EV battery for cars recycling? You see the problem? No one's asking these questions, but we're all getting money pushed at EVs, telling us it's a great thing. I always look at the other side of the coin and say, what's the other side of the coin? Has anyone talked about EV batteries, these big ones that Elon Musk made? Are they recycling those? I haven't heard of it. But yet every time a car gets a slight fender bender, they trash the whole car and the battery. So it's got to go somewhere, and they're not environmentally friendly. And lithium mining is the most eco-harmful out there, but they need it for EVs. So that's like, really? Environmental? We're pushing environmental stuff, and by doing it, we're mining most environmentally safe stuff to get there? What the fuck? Is my opinion. What's up, Mary? Sorry about that. I haven't been looking at checks. I was going on a rant because I do a lot about EVs, and they are pushing us. It's you got to step out of the box and look at a 30-year plan of what they're going with. And we're in the end of that 30-year plan. That's why they say it's a 30, 50, or 80, 50, and 100-year cycle. There's a 30-year cycle too, but it's a taxpayer-funded cycle. And it's to pass. Sir, they did it for Bill Gates when the internet came out. And Microsoft, he was the only one. You and I paid for that. You want to know who owned the internet? Who owns the internet? Army intelligence. They were using it for years. They needed a way to get it out to the world and make money doing it. So they put a Ponzi in there. Bill Gates didn't invent crap. He invented the system that's used to take the military intelligence gathering machine and give it to the public. In layman's terms, that's what the internet is. What we are on right now, it used to go straight to the Army intelligence cryptographers or whatever and all this stuff before Bill Gates came along and made a little computer that hid a lot of stuff and put it on a certain pathway. They still got it all. They know all of it. And it's the same with Elon Musk. They built Elon Musk up from nothing, from Tesla. Tesla's the worst thing out there. In 20 years, we'll figure it out. But from Tesla, they got SpaceX, and that's what the government wanted. And they also wanted a billionaire that could fight the oligarchies on the other side, pushing things that they didn't like. And Elon Musk just fits that bill. He's one to tell you, fuck you. I ain't going to pay your advertising if you're going to tell me how to run my business. If he wasn't around, no one would be doing it. And he was propped up just like Epstein's Island, Epstein. You look at his finances. Where did he come from? He didn't make a penny. And then all of a sudden he has all this money and he's got all these people around him that have all this money. And then he's got all this dirt on all these people who have all this money. And then he gets caught and he gets suicided. But he didn't make all that money. There's no record of him making tens of millions of dollars. Zero. You have to follow the money. If you follow the money on Epstein, there is no trail. Bing, bing, red flag, red flag. You know, But anyhow, sorry, I need to go back to chat here. I spent 18 years shipping cars. I love gas cars, man. And here's something that people don't know. You can build, and there's patent pending, or not pending, there's patents out there that are probably expired now. You can go back 70s, 80s, 90s patents on carburetors that get 60, 70 miles to a gallon. You can make those and use them yourself legally, even though they're patented. You just can't sell them or commercially rent your car out with that thing in it, but you can make it for yourself. And you can have you could have a 4-barrel carburetor that gets 50 miles to the gallon on your 1967 souped up Mustang driving around the whole state on one tank of gas burning rubber. But you just can't sell that carburetor design. But you can make it yourself. And with all the technologies of 3D printing, people just don't think about this stuff. I do. I want a 67 Mustang. And I want a Boss engine in it. And I want it jacked up. I want 70s on the front, 50s on the back. And I want more than 8 miles a gallon. So I'm going to get a 3D or contact. So I actually know people already in the business where you take these different materials of aluminum, put it in, and they miter it, whittle it down into the part. Technology has advanced so much since the 70s. Just with the technology advances, you take an old carburetor, add the new technological advances to it, you're getting 50, 60 miles a gallon, bro. And then, hey, what's up, Drill? And then, your fuel bill got cut by 80% if you were only getting 10 miles to the gallon because you had a hot rod. And I want a hot rod, but I don't want to, 8 miles to the gallon. I want like 58 miles to the gallon. Technology is there to do that. It's just no one retro goes back because big money paid for those carburetors that got those mass gas mileage. And what people don't realize is just because it's patented doesn't mean you can't make it. It just means you can't make money on it. You can't make it for production. You can make it for self-use. So we're in the top 3% of smart people in this country. There you go. If you want a carbureted car, spend about $2,000, $3,000 to make yourself have someone 3D metal 3D make you one of those carburetor patents, which you can access and you can copy. You just can't start a business out of it, but you can make one for yourself. And there you go. If everybody did that, companies would be out of business. That's why they don't tell you about that. That's one way to sink big business. Sorry, I didn't mean to let that little piece of information go that'll sink their big businesses' battleships. They got us thinking we can't do stuff. And it's more convenient. Oh yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Okay, yeah. I wrote this down. Ninja style. Not this side. This side's important stuff, I think. No, actually it's not. This side here. They promote products that make you spend money to be lazy and become stupid. Do you believe that? I'm fixing to give you an example. I was watching a commercial, and this lady was trying to fix her toilet because the chain fell off, and she had these little tongs, and she went over there and took the thing off. And then she thought, and the computer said, thumbs up, use us. We're an app. We'll send you a certified, qualified plumber. You know how easy that is to fix? And she's going to pay $150 to have a plumber come over and do it? Does she even know how to fix it? No, because she has tongs there. It's a simple fix, but yet for you to fix your house, they're pushing on us an app that you can call have someone else come over. You pay them to fix your house, which you should be able to do. Your grandparents, I don't know how old you are, but your parents probably did that stuff. I remember my dad working on his old car all the time, not because he liked it, because he didn't like spending money to have someone else do it, and he could. So he did to save money. He did the work. He didn't pay someone else to do the work. So if you want to save money, quit paying other people to do simple shit for you. Now I'm not saying any of us fit into that. We're like in the top 2-3% of thinkers. We're probably way beyond that. But for people in your neighborhood, you're like, hey, Joe, you've got a lawnmower. Why are you paying that guy $50 to mow your lawn? Take 2 hours, do it yourself, and save $50 and buy 2 ounces of silver instead. See the difference? You either spend wastefully the money to have someone else do something to make your life more convenient, which they're pushing on us. They're actually pushing supplies and materials and devices on us that do that exact thing. Or you can take the incentive and do it yourself. Take the money you were going to give someone else and put it in your pocket in the form of silver, gold, platinum, whatever the heck you want to buy. Instead of giving it to someone else so you can have 2 hours watching a game, drinking a beer, whatever you're going to do. It's called responsibility. You want to make money? Only responsible people make money. Irresponsible people lose it. You might make it, but you lose it. Only responsible people make it and don't lose it. So be more responsible in your thought processes and help other people see that. And yeah, it's hard. Oh God, it's hard. But you know what else is hard? An economic collapse. And before an economic collapse, you want as much money as you can. You want dry powder. And to get as much money as you can, you got to start doing things yourself before the crash. That's my point. Oh shit, I lost a lot of people. I must have been ranting. Oh, Roaming left. I'm sorry, Roaming. I like that he comes by. He's a good dude. And Gerald Draper and Tom Larson and Independent Mini. And I doubt there's anyone else here. Nope, it shows I'm the only one here. What the hell? That's because no one's typing. Oh, well. So, does anyone want to talk about anything? Independent Mini? Yeah, I do tend to rant. But that's because I want to get information out, because knowledge is power. The more you know, the better decisions you'll make for yourself, no matter how you think, what you do in life, or who you are. And I don't care about any of that. I just want you to make better decisions for yourself. And information is the key to being able to do that. Whether or not you do it is another thing. But if you have the information, you have the ability to make a better decision for your life and come out on the end better. Scrapping in, what's up? Why is my interest in Africa so high? Because I believe that West Africa is a linchpin of the financial systems that the world will adopt. I have a couple of reasons for that. One of the reasons is not actually right now, but within a couple months, Burkina Faso will have a 100% gold-backed currency from gold out of their own ground. So it'll be 100% sovereign from debt. They're creating a central bank of their own based off of a gold-backed currency. So you have that social experiment, world social experiment. Now you have Ecuador, another world social experiment, 100% BTC economy. Now what the world can do is, those of us that are smart and looking at it can sit back and watch which ones works. And when I say which one works, you want a currency that's going to generate more money for your country and make it grow and bring opportunity, because that brings more money. So you're going to look at Ecuador and see how much growth and economic opportunity they've had in the year or two that they've had BTC. And you look at Burkina Faso and see how much opportunity they're taking, and they don't even have a gold-backed currency yet, but they did break away from the ECOWAS, or the Euro franc, which 15 or 16 nations in West Africa were forced to be upon to do business with America, separate from business with the world, not America, but to do business with the world. And it was a French-controlled monetary system. So France is really losing out big time right now. They lost their uranium, cheap gold, and their secondary market where they were making money off the African countries. So who's making that? Because power hates a vacuum. So if France doesn't have all those three things going for them, who does? Those countries that have never had those three things going for them, and they're doing real well with it. As a matter of fact, not only has Burkina Faso already cut a deal to get a nuclear power plant built, they're creating a nuclear power industry so that they can produce one day the possibility of weapons. The significance of that is it elevates your country from a nobody status that you don't do business with and you don't really care about negotiating with because they don't have any skin in the game, they can't really do anything, up into the top echelon of nuclear powered countries that you take seriously and you do business with righteously and you don't screw them over. That's the difference that's happening in the gold-backed Burkina Faso. What's happening in Ecuador? Oh, nothing? Yeah, pretty much. They're not. No major countries are going to them. No major companies are going to them saying we're going to invest billions. Right now, Russia's already going to be building Burkina Faso a nuclear power plant. Wow. Has anyone done that for Ecuador? Has any country gone up and said, hey, we want to help you advance because we like your economic system you're using? Because countries only do business with other countries if it's going to be profitable for them. So if they're not doing business with that country and it's 100% BTC, shouldn't that make you think? Just saying. I don't use my own thoughts about anything. I look at big money thoughts. Countries. What are countries doing? They're not investing in BTC. Yeah, Trump talked about it. So the fuck what? We ain't gonna do nothing big. And the only reason he's talking about it now is because it proves the point. It's just a player on the chessboard. It's not the chessboard. The chessboard's the US dollar. What's on the chessboard is BTC. It's a knight or a rook, along with credit and housing and land and gold and silver are all on the board, but the board's playing on in USD. So it's not going to be bigger than the board is playing on, layman's terms. Yeah, no, 100%. I wish I could highlight. This is not StreamYard, so I can't highlight y'all's statements, but Gerald just made a great one. He said, exciting times to be alive. The evolution, the greatest wealth transfer of mankind is, yes. And that's what I've told people this in the past. Start writing a diary. Because what Gerald says is 100% true. It's not going to happen in another 2 to 3 lifetimes. Maybe 3 or 4 or 5 lifetimes. So if you write a book on it, there will be people reading it. Trust me. Look at Anne Frank's diary. We never want to repeat that. So she wrote a book so we can read about it and know how it happened so it doesn't repeat, even though no one reads the Erich Bonhoeffer letters, which is the theory of stupidity, which if you read and go outside and look, you'll say, holy shit, we're stupid. We're falling into the same thing that they did in 1940s, 1930s. What's that? The browncoats. They came before the Nazi Party. At first, they psychologically fucked with everyone like they are now, getting them all think certain ways. And then from there, it evolved to the Nazi Party. From there, it evolved to mass murder and it being okay and no one giving a fuck. And then Erich Bonhoeffer wrote the Letters of Stupidity and the Theory of Stupidity because he couldn't understand how scientists, teachers, scholars could go along with this shit. And he tried figuring out the mindset of a mass group of people and how it could be converted for something that's so barbaric to be considered okay. And he came up with the Letters of Stupidity, the Theory of Stupidity. And it's an accepted scientific theory that people study, and everyone should study it, and then go out, look outside and say, holy shit, how can I stop this from spreading? Because stupidity is a greater evil than greed. Because you can't be as greedy if you don't have a lot of stupid people to be greedy on. Let's see here. Was that an answer to your question, Sprout? By the way, I'm sorry. That was a long-winded one, but there's so many great things happening. And quite frankly, there's going to be a new economic powerhouse coming out of West Africa, another country of the 16 countries that are breaking away from the French euro franc that's dominated the economies of those 16 countries. Eventually, all 16 countries are going to be on the same currency that Burkina Faso is creating, and that is going to be equivalent of a GDP to rock the boat the way South Africa never could. And that's what surprises me, is because Russia's helping that happen, and they're not helping South Africa. So you have two BRICS nations, South Africa and Russia, and neither of the two are working with each other, but yet Russia is working to enhance and make a unified economy that'll compete with BRICS in Burkina Faso and the 15 countries that are going to join them in West Africa. And they're not going to join BRICS. They're going to have their own power. They're going to have they're going to be a mega, there's so much wealth in the ground in that area of the world. Every country there will be wealthy if they get out from underneath some of the corruption of the system, which you can do if you have 100% co-back currency. And they've also stated in the African countries there that they are never going to be slaves, and they see their currency with their freedom. So if you give a CDBC, that's what they say. So they're never going to accept a CDBC, and they're going to be a large part of the world economy. Russia's working to help them make that happen. And it's guaranteed they're not going to take a CDBC. So the bullshit talk of CDBC is only a short-term thing. It's not. It's a side note. It's not. It's not. That's all I got to say about that. Now, is crypto going to be around? Yeah, crypto will be around. Hell, after the last halving, they had 9,300 crypto. After the halving, they had 300. This halving, there's 10,300 crypto. After the halving, there'll be 301. The extra one being the one Gerald's creating, because it'll make it through, because it's got substance. And the ones that make it through the halving are the ones that are not Ponzi schemes, that actually have substance to them, which is the ones you should actually invest in, but not the other 10,000. And a lot of people have a problem distinguishing which of actually only 30 of the 300 are actually any good. So you have 30 out of 10,300 to choose from, and 10,000 of them will be gone by February. Ponzi scheme. You can't say it isn't. Look back in history. What other industry on the planet, in the history of the planet, had so much of the industry disappear after all the money was made and never be seen again? And then the money's made all over again 4 more years later, and a whole bunch of companies show up, and then they make all the money and then disappear, offering nothing. What is a Ponzi scheme if that's not it? And that's what gives crypto a bad name, because it's being allowed to happen in mass. 10,000 of them out of 10,300 Ponzi schemes. So crypto's got a lot of cleaning up to do before I trust it. But is there money to be made? Yeah, just not for me. That's just all there is to it. It's not, it's for not, What's up, Pablo? Everyone else has their own thoughts and opinions. I have, where is it? No, I don't have it on me. I have one of Ninja's coins. It's got a XRP on it. I think it's 50 XRP on it. And it's a silver coin, gold line. And it's got that little computer chip thingy in the middle that has the crypto in it. He gave that to me. So I do have some crypto in that form. There you go, right there. Damn, I wish I could enhance that. How do I enhance that? I can't enhance it. This is not StreamYard. Gerald just said it. Real world assets equals the projects working with huge conglomerates now transitioning. Yeah, like I said, let's see. 300 out of 10,000, that's what? 3% of the crypto are good. Buyer beware. Stock market odds are better, but see, you're looking at it from different viewpoints, because at that point in time, you're looking at returns, not anything but returns, and that's greed. So you have a different outlook or aspect of the outlook because of that. So again, it's different. There's tens of thousands of ways to make money. There's not tens of thousands of ways to make good money. And when I say good money, that means money where you're not causing other people to go bankrupt and live in the streets so you can have a Ferrari. That, and people are saying now, oh, it's a spiritual thing now too. Okay, so why would you want to rob someone like that, even if it's legal? Because we are responsible for following the laws of God and man. So if man makes it legal to make someone go bankrupt and take all their money in some way, shape, or form, God doesn't. So you shouldn't do it. My principles that I follow. Not everyone has to follow those principles. What's up, Jeff Rowe? Yeah, again, it's small potatoes, like I was saying. But there are good cryptos out there. It's solid backed systems that are, through all the things that we've been through over the past 13 years with crypto, you can look and see what will and will not work if you research it. There's lots of different segments that, if added to a crypto, is guaranteed to make it fail later on and stuff like that. So you can actually look at the structure of it before you invest in it. And there are good ones that have the proper structure to them. And those are the ones you should invest in. But it takes time to learn about these things, or take unsolicited advice that's not financial advice from a person who dropped out of high school, or from Ninja. I'm the guy who dropped out of high school. He's Ninja, obviously. Yeah, you saw that, Jethro? Yeah, that one video where they were showing, that's what I was talking about, Burkina Faso. And they were showing iron and connectors, and that's one thing that I do, and they're called Skywalkers, and I believe that's what Jeff Robodian's referring to. But actually, my call name was Han Solo, because my last name's Han, and I very often connected Solo to where it looked like I was up there by myself in the sky. And to this day, I'm known as Han Solo. DYOR. You got me on that one, Gerald. Not sure about that acronym, brother. So did Independent Mini leave us? I'm going to make fun of her if she did. Oh, DIY, the best you can. Okay. Do your own research. Okay. I know I do, Mary. It's just I'm glad to know that you recognize that. What's up, Thuran? Our time is out. There's actually Ethiopia. If you're talking about the Judeo tribes, it's Ethiopia. And actually, believe it or not, Ethiopia is the only country in Africa that was never colonized. Dry your own reefer. I like that one. I like that one, gold and silver. I actually, oh hell, I'm gonna try this. I'll probably get thrown in YouTube jail. I'm gonna take you guys outside to show you my garden, my backyard garden, not front yard garden. I gotta unplug everything first. All right, here we go. We're walking. Don't get seasick. If this looks familiar to anyone who dries your own weed. Woo, woo. I am 6 foot tall. The thing behind me is 8 foot tall. Look at that baby. It's going to be a good crop. So when I say I buy my silver or grow my silver, what's up? And there's Shiva. What's up, Shiva? That's my Ridgeback. She's 13. Y'all saw one of the dogs. But yeah, that's my outdoor. All I do is add water because I prep the soil. So there's no reason for fertilizers or anything like that. Now I got to plug everything back in. There we go. Now I need to catch up with chat because I wasn't looking at chat. I was watching where I was walking because there's dog poop out there. I cleaned it up this morning, but I haven't cleaned it up since this morning. Oh, no, it's legal here, Tom. Totally legal here. I can grow legally 6 outdoor and indoor, but indoor is so expensive. Pay for electricity? It's just stupid. My idea. My mind is stupid to pay for electricity to grow a plant that you can grow outside for free. Yeah, Gerald Draper, actually, that's... I'll probably get maybe 100 ounces of silver and the rest will go to osmium. All free because I grow it. Actually, no, it costs me water. It costs me water. And this is what, 7 months of very, 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 very little labor. And my reward is going to be over 100 ounces of silver. And Lord knows how much osmium. And this is how much it cost me to start that. Where's it at? There it is. There it is. These are purchased seeds right here. All these are mine that I made. I made a couple thousand all feminized. One of these, $5,000 in 7 months. Thrand can validate that. Is that not about right, Thrand? Yeah, that's exactly what I do, Thrand. I don't buy silver with my money. I grow the money to buy the silver, so it's free. And this year I'll be buying osmium. That's why I see everyone's different on how they do things. Man, there might be a millionaire out here in this chat that says, I'll buy 10 1,000 ounces bars tomorrow, no big deal. I can't do that. I'm on the other end of the spectrum. This is how I do it. You know, also 300 cans. If you're out walking around when I do work on job site, lots of cans, dude. I'm a scavenger, bro. I get the cans, 300 cans, 1 ounce of silver. I get 300 cans a week just from walking up and down the job site. It's not hard just to pick it up for me. I'm going that direction anyhow. Reaching trash can after lunch. get free silver. I'm all about being. I mean, I'll waste my money on stupid shit. What people think stupid shit that I don't think stupid, like cats and dogs and animals and stuff like that. That's not stupid to me, but other people say it's stupid. But I also am very frugal. And I get that from my grandfather on my mom's side. But I also, I'll spend what people would consider to be frivolously on stupid shit, but it's not stupid shit to me. Life is important to me. So I spend money on preserving life, not human life, but animal life. That's why I like Kevin the Weed Man so much. He preserves butterflies. Yeah, well, I got my little piece. And I'm going to try and make it grow. And, life goes on. The economy is not life. So just remember that. It affects how you live. And that's because of how you think. Puts you in that position. So think properly, make proper choices, think things through. Look at the other side of the coin before you make a move. What's the advantage? What's the disadvantage? What's the 2 weeks down the line? What's going to be, go through these things in your mind and you'll make better decisions and you'll probably have more money. Oh, dude, Jeffro. Hold on a second, brother. This is funny, guys. You're gonna love this. What do you guys think this is? And yes, look at that. You think your electricians get copper? Look at the thickness of that copper wire. It starts right here and ends right here. So I got about a 7-inch piece of 3/4 inch copper wire. And it's thin. There's thin stuff in there. Matter of fact, let's see if there we go. Copper. Look at this stuff. That's 1/8, 2 1/8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You think your electrician's got things going on. That's about 30 foot of 1/8-inch cable. I got about 100 of these. This is an end for a welder. Because the power generated from a welder, you need this much copper to transfer that power. And then you make the connection in what's known as your whip, and then you attach your rod or your 238, 232 machine to it, and you do your welding. But it goes through this, and these things get hot and burn. As you can see, the color change right there actually started the connection into the connection. It gets so hot they came up with these special casings that keep them from burning, but you still have to change them up because this is what happens. This starts fraying and getting burned up right here, and it affects the power surging through, and it affects the weld, and we can't have that. So we cut these off regularly and throw them away. They throw them my way. I probably got about 50 pounds of copper like that. You can make jewelry with copper. Yeah, easily. I mean, I got more than enough copper. And then I got 300 ounces in coins, and I might have one bar up here. No, I don't. I can't find the bars. I have like 100 1-ounce bars, the small bars, and then I have 200 1-ounce coins, 99.39 pure copper. Oh, very much so, Pablo. Once I get to where I'm going to be permanently, I plan on getting in, having throwing up like a 20 by 20 1-story building just for that. Have all my materials in there. Double lock door, center block, concrete roof, so it's real secure. And I plan on making jewelry in there. But that's like a year down the road, 2 years down the road. Actually, I want to be set up before crystallized osmium hits the secondary market. So I'll probably have it done before the end of 2025. Yeah, that's another good thing to do. Hold on. These little $20 Walmart fans, when they go out, as you know, there's copper in this thing. There's probably about 2 pounds of copper, pound copper. You could almost get your money back in recycling copper. So I know what you're talking about there, Jeff, there when you say you recycle motors. There's a lot of that stuff going because we used to, as iron workers, sometimes you tear apart buildings and then they have motors, big machineries, and they throw the stuff away. I'm like in that trash can, breaking it apart, ripping out the copper. But that's just the kind of guy I've always been. Again, I'm frugal. I spend crazy, but I'm also frugal. I'm weird. But yeah, I'm doing me. I'm getting ready for this thing. That's hopefully getting ready for this thing that's coming. Who the hell knows if any of us is actually ready? From my feeling and understanding, I don't think it has anything to do with your worth. I think this time it's got more to do with debt and credit, and how much debt you have, and how much debt and credit you have, and your credit rating. And I think all of those two things are going to be the two more important things in this next downturn. What's up, Space Miner? Oh, so it worked. Right on. I'm glad you got that done. Yeah, Jeffro. Yeah, I've already told myself, because I know I'm going to be a millionaire within 2 years. I know I am, and I've already determined I'm going to buy a lot of land. But dude, you see what the basement looks like. My house ain't going to be much nicer than that, no matter how much money I have, because I have cats, and you can't keep a clean house with cats. You can only keep cleaning the house of cats. So I've already determined I'm not going to have too nice a shit. And I'm good with that. I don't care. I really don't care. I'm going to have probably a 2-bedroom, which is one of the worst real estate things you can buy is a 2-bedroom. I'll probably have a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, kitchen on however many acres, several acres, more than 10 anyhow. And I don't care if I'm worth 30, 50, 100 million. Well, yeah, as soon as I have enough to buy an island, of course I'm gone. But until that point, and even when I'm on the, if I buy my own island, it's not going to be a mansion. It's going to be that same house just transported onto that island. I don't see a reason for all that elaborate, elegant stuff. It's wasteful. I can see usefulness in technological items, robots, security dogs, security bots, drones that go from the top of your roof for security and circle around and feed back to so you can have security, that kind of technological stuff. But as far as Ferrari's 27 house or 27 room, 30 bath house, nah. Yeah, it's a thought. I don't know what it is. Elon Musk is trying to go on that thought process, but I don't think he's really on it yet. But I am, as you can tell. I'm 56 and I'm poor. I don't see where having money will change who I am. It'll only change some of the things I have. I'll probably eat better. I'll have steak probably 3 times a week and cheeseburgers 4, or I don't now. Other than that, I'll have a more comfortable bed, and I'll have a fireplace, and I'll probably have jets in the bathtub for my lower back, like over the wall. So he's got a bad neck. My lower back always gives me issues. I like to have a little. But other than that, fruit and nut trees, 20 foot plus, purchased and put in the yard would be the most biggest expense I probably have for sprucing up the house. Yeah, exactly. Actually, Jeffrey, no matter how much money I have, I'm along with the 67 Mustang that I want, which I won't be a drive around thing. My everyday driver would probably be an F-150, 1978 F-150, because they got good ground clearance. Again, if I change up the carburetor, I can get better gas mileage, and there's nothing electronic, no computer shit. No one from Washington can push a button and shut the car off. I like that fact. What's up, Helen Kessler, excuse me. And that's kind of like what I like, stuff that no one else can control. That's why I've never bought a new car, because I don't like the idea of someone having a shut-off switch in another location that can turn off my vehicle. And I found that out when Ford or someone did a recall on one of their newer calls about 7 years ago, on one of the newer vehicles. And they pushed a button at the home office, and all that is type cars that had the recall on them, the owners couldn't start them. What the beep? Dude, and the owners couldn't sue, man. No matter where you are, you go out to your car, it doesn't start. Wherever you are, you're stuck because the car company decided to lock you out because of some recall. They didn't want you liability if you drive in the car you bought. Oh, hell no. No. I'm not buying that technology, baby. Sorry. That's just my opinion, personally. Tom. I actually like the old the Sprint motor, the 289. I found it to be a good engine. But a lot of people didn't like it because at the time it was made, everyone was going for horsepower. But and actually, quite frankly, the straight six 200 horsepower straight six, that is a reliable engine if you don't care about speed. Its reliability is through the roof, man. But I mean, it's not a powerful engine, but it's well built. And that's kind of sort of what you should go for in engines is, the security of knowing it's going to start and run. And that's another reason why I don't like new vehicles. So they got so many technological things attached to them. A 300 straight six. Oh, okay, Tom. Yeah, there you go. That would be a car to get, an engine to have. Yeah, torque monster, for sure. You could just slam on the gas, take off the brake, and do a donut and not move. Well, the back end of your car moved, not the front end. Other than a small circle. That's fun. I had a buddy of mine after I quit school in 10th grade. The deal was I could quit school, but I had to go to adult high. And that was at the local junior college. And there's this dude there, Sean Mahoney, I don't recall actually. His dad was a Navy SEAL, retired Navy SEAL. He was a cool dude. And he had a 404 inside a Trans Am T-top. And he and I became real good friends, so much so that instead of going to class, we'd go hop in his car. And his dad didn't mind. His dad was cool as shit. We'd hop in his car, go across the street from the junior college, and there was a bowling alley there with a big parking lot. And we'd go over there and do, 6 or 8 wheelies, and then take off, go to the beach. and I never got another high school credit because I never finished any classes. It's his fault because he had a 404 and a Trans Am with T-tops. As an older teenager, how could you resist not being in that instead of class? Seriously. That's just too much of a temptation. And I got tempted. And I never... Let's just say I wasted enough time until I turned 17 to join the Army. I knew I had nothing going for me there. Carlos, what's up, my friend? Silos. How you doing? I know he doesn't like my streams because they go on for too long. He's got so much restaurant stuff to do because he's opening up a couple restaurants and doing a YouTube channel. Ain't that right, Carlos? Don't mean to put you on the spot. I'm not ninja. Yeah, that's all we do here. Hang out, tell people things that we might, know or think we should share or whatever. When people ask questions, I answer them. It's kind of sort of how it goes. This stream is on YouTube. Usual streams are on StreamYard, where I have a panel where people can come up. Today and next week, it won't be like that until after the 27th, because I ran out of my free hours on StreamYard. So, no panel. And not as if Independent Mini would ever come up to that panel. Why is that? I always come up to your panel. You should come up to my panels next time I'm on StreamYard. Keep it simple, stupid, exactly. That's what KISS means, by the way, people. KISS. It doesn't mean, it means keep it simple, stupid. It's Army acronym. And at least I learned it in the Army, so I give credit to the Army. Could be a Navy or Marine or Coast Guard or police or Secret Service, whoever. I heard it in the Army, so I give it to the Army. I give credit to them. So what else? Let's see here. 79, 305. Gerald Draper here. Demands old school 6 Felix. Damn, we got talking about cars. If I had my StreamYard, I'd throw up the picture of my 67 Mustang right now. It was even the color of the car I had. It was maroon. The picture I have is maroon black interior. The car I have is maroon with a white interior. No, gold and silver. I was in the Army. My dad was 20 years in the Navy. He told both me and my brother if we joined the Navy, he would kill us. So we both joined the Army. All right, I'm going to hold you to that, girl. And I won't make you sing like JM likes to do to you. By the way, I'm surprised he's not here. He usually comes in on Sundays. He's probably busy making money. And Kevin the Weed Man hasn't come in here either. He's probably asleep, actually. It's 9:16, so he's probably asleep. I'm going to try and probably early next month, try to get a hold of Yara from Arcadia Economics and get her to come in. Or Chris. Most likely it'll be Chris Marcus. I'll have them on for a little while. Ninja always seems to have family stuff going on, so he always doesn't come on. He just came on that one time. But it is Sunday, and people enjoy their time, so I understand that. And I appreciate, because of that, you people actually showing up here. Especially you guys that have other things you could easily be doing. I do appreciate it very much. And I will keep this live stream short if people don't keep asking questions. I want something to talk about. I showed you all my weed plants. Oh, by the way, is Thuran still here? I never saw his response. Just the size of his plants comparatively to that one that I got. I already kind of sort of know mine get pretty big because I grow my soil. So I have a good living soil. So anything I put in it obviously grows better than average. But you better get yourself some rest, Jeffro. I don't want to be responsible. You coming on and saying, Neil, I got fired because I was on your live stream. I don't want to hear that. I'd rather have no one show up at my live stream and get a good night's sleep and go to work and work safely. So make a proper choice and decision. But I do appreciate you being here. So instead of land yacht, I need to jump Pete the Sky Squatch's butt and get him working on that a little harder. So I can get my solar-powered, wind-powered catamaran design done on a virtual walkthrough design so I can start marketing that sun gun. That sun gun. Sun gun. Well, that reminds me of a joke. I don't know if you guys heard of it. Japanese car manufacturers made this new car, and they had every part of it finished. It was ready to go on the assembly line, and they forgot a name. They didn't get a name. And they're like, holy crap, man, we need a name for this car. We can't think of a name. They said, well, call the Germans. See if they'll have a name. So they called the German car company, and they said, hey, German car company, we've got a car. It's ready to go. It's on the assembly line, and we don't have a name, and we got to start running the assembly line tomorrow. And the German manufacturer said, Datsun? And so they came up with a car named Datsun. Yeah, I know it's a bad joke. Right on. You guys make proper calls for your lives. I want you all to be safe. Yeah, I had a buddy. We made a. Oh gosh, I don't know what the tube's called. It was a triangular pieces that we made in a cylinder shape, and then we did a polyhexagonal. Oh well, no, that's not the word. A polytetrahedrodome for the top, meaning we used those same triangle pieces that we built the cylinder with and made it collapse in at the top, and it was like 14 foot tall, and we grew a plant inside there, and the plant grew out the top through those triangles and got to be, this was like right down the road, it was like 18 foot. Huge. There's huge ass buds. There we go. Huge ass buds. What's up, Jake? Now Jake should be in bed. His grandson's gonna keep him. Oh no, his grandson's in preschool, so he's cool to go. Yeah, the military. I remember during Reagan, they lost $1 trillion then too. So they keep losing trillions of dollars, and they just add it to the debt. It's all good. We're not going to pay back anyhow. Pizza Jake. Yes, sir. Yeah, Thuran's in here. Dutch is asleep, though. What is 8 hours 15, so it's 3 o'clock in the morning where Dutch is around 3 or 4. So he's definitely asleep. I'm surprised, man. I have 16 thumbs up on the YouTube live stream. Diggity damn. I can't do as much, though, with the theatrics on this YouTube live stream. I have a lot more options on the StreamYard live stream. Anti, what's up, my man? Don't give up my day job. Hey, everyone starts out as a comic, brother. Look at Joe Rogan. He started as a comic. Now he's a Fight Club and podcaster. Ronald Reagan was a comedian. Pretty much, Gerald. That's how it works. Again, I knew back a long time ago the system was screwed up because of my dad was ground electronics. He was head of ground electronics for NAS Pensacola, where the Blue Angels are, and where all the fucking presidents who ever been president that were flight people or pilots, they all went to Pensacola. And right on, Tom. Thank you for stopping by, brother. And every October, I would go into ground electronics a lot because I could get on base back then, no problem. And they had this big vault round thing, and it had all the cool shit inside it, and they always kept it locked. except for in October. And they always let me in October because they know I'd go in that vault and steal shit. And they wanted it stolen because they had to get rid of everything. So that way they could show on their audit every year that they went through all the money spent so they could get more money the next year. And that's how the government does our budget. Fucked up, huh? Garrett, what's up, my brother? Yeah, so it's a problem of how we do economics as to why we have a deficit. If we told the military they didn't have to spend everything to get more money the following year, they wouldn't spend it. They spend it frivolously because if they don't spend it, they'll have twice as much time getting the money back if they lose it. And that's the principles they use on their budgets. So that's why we have one of many reasons why we have $700 hammers and stuff like that. That's just how it works. He might have been doing that too. He was also a bouncer that never actually did anything because he didn't like fighting before he got into the fight business. But he also did stand-up comedy, a lot of stand-up comedy. Yeah, we got all of Mary's peeps up in here. That would be just Mary and Anti-Jack. Jam's not here. Snooks isn't here. No one else is here. So I actually had no right to say that. Fuck it, I did. I did. It's my show. I can do what I want. So what do you guys want to talk about? Talk about gold? I'll talk about gold. Sure, why not? It actually, there was a couple reasons I already gave for why I say, uh-oh. It's exactly 2,500. The bid is 24.99.40. The ask is 25.40 cents. So it might not hold the 2,500 on opening. Cool, Kellen. That's awesome. Is that the name of the show, Peak Prosperity? I'm presuming. Yeah, I knew you'd want to talk about gold. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Kitco has it at $24.99.40. Jake, we just put up a price. And anyhow, I can't say that Mary, Independent Minnie. Independent Minnie can't be Bloody Mary because her name's not Mary. I only call her that. Hey, it's sticking. That's all I like. It'll forever be a thorn in your side. You'll be like, damn it, Neil started that shit. That son of a bitch. Chris Martinez. Okay, yeah. Peak Prosperity. All right, Pablo. Thank you very much for stopping by. Ecotech Cav. What's up, my man? So, Independent Mini, anything you want to talk about? You have a good one, brother. See you on the next stream, whatever stream we're both on together. Quite a few. Well, I started the major push of perpetuating it because I knew it bothered you and it just seemed like the thing to do. Any good deals on silver out there? Obviously. Oh, hey, that's the thing. Here shortly, I am going to be you'll be able to buy crystallized osmium from me. I'm going to be a dealer. Next couple weeks. So I'm going to have to figure out how to do some sort of something or other when I can have it on all my videos where you can, do whatever I'm going to have to do to make that happen, which I know jack crap about. So it's going to be fun. Oh my God, the bottom just fell out. What's up, 79? Not yet, girl. Saving that for you. Why am I becoming a dealer? Because I get a percentage of sales. And I'd have to do the computer paperwork and stuff, but I mean, that's what you got to do for money. And since Ironworks not paying, I got to do something else. Jethro, would you be surprised to know that I have every course that Ninja has ever made because he gives them to me for free? Yeah, I've got several $1,000s worth of his contact. I don't watch it and I haven't paid for it. You guys, anti. Some things are hard to say. But I did it. But I could say Chad Wolfenslegenstein and Hausen-Bergerdorf. And I'm surprised Chad's not here. And that's who Wolfenhausen, Schlegensteiner, Hausen-Bergendorf. There you go. Because I can. See what Minnie doesn't tell you, she has her kids in the room when she plays JM's word game. And she doesn't know how to spell as well as she looks like she does because her kids tell her how to spell it because they're spelling experts. Well, make up your mind, Anti-Jack. You're all over the place. What kind of animal you going to be, man? I think I'm going to be a tiger. A Siberian tiger. Because those are some pretty kitty cats. Good night, my brother. Thank you, Silos, for stopping by, hitting the like, the share, and the subscribe. Hardly ever you stop by, and I do appreciate it when you do, my friend. See you on next Ninjas Chat. I'm very glad you stopped by, Amelia. See, I'm not on StreamYard, so I can't change pictures and have that kind of fun. That sucks. I like doing that. It's part of the fun of live streaming is messing with the video. And I can't do it on this YouTube thing. I don't have any, what's that one? Nope, that's not it. We don't have anything. That sucks. Oh well. Let's see if I can't do this. And it probably won't let me. Nope, won't let me. Damn it. Oh well. So, what do you guys have going on this Sunday evening? I don't have to work tomorrow, so I got nothing. Any of you guys got to work? I know a couple of you do. You already said so. Actually, most of you already left after work. Must be nice having a job. It's nice not having a job. It just doesn't pay as much yet. I am going to be changing that. Actually, within 2 weeks, I'll be hopefully making money without a job. See how that works. I'll let you know. Oh, sweet. Yeah, stop by, man. Smoke some. Actually, I don't have my shit. I'm smoking trash right now, actually. You don't want to stop by. But you'll drive right by my house, especially if you go down 880. Unless you're going, well, no. Well, I don't know. I guess you could go 5, but that would be kind of hard getting over to Santa Cruz. You're gonna go probably 80. Which way are you going, Thuran? You're gonna go down 80 to 880 through the shit, and then hit like 94 over to 1. $680 to Mission. Okay. Yeah, then you're actually gonna the 680 cut, right where that happens there, where the Highway 12 is. That cut. If you stay on 880, you go within 2 miles of my house. Yeah, so you're bypassing all the traffic. You're going to the outskirts of the Bay Area and hopping into the center and hit 84 or 92 to get to the Highway 1 to go down Santa Cruz. Actually, no, it'd be 17. You're gonna hook up. You're gonna be on Mission. You're in a bottleneck. Obviously, it's gonna be 880, 680, 101, 17. All of them congealing right there, and you're gonna have to be in the right lane to take 17. 17 will take you straight to Santa Cruz. Yeah, 17. I actually, if you go, you'll probably pass one of the jobs I did. It's the Santa Cruz water treatment plant right off 17. There's I think it's a Home Depot. I want to say right there at the corner, but you'll be on the highway, and it's off of the road, one road off of the highway. But you'll be taking the next exit to get to the Santa Cruz beaches. Not that you're going to Santa Cruz for the beaches. I mean, everyone goes there for. Well, I guess you will be going there for the beaches. There ain't no other reason to go there unless you have work. It's rather expensive, but it's nice. Oh my God. I actually did a video of the job when I was down there. If you look at my past videos, there were some surfers, and I walked down. Oh man, Total California. You guys hate this Total California style. You park in this parking lot at the top of this like 30-foot cliff, right? And then you get out and past all these other guys with surfboards. And you walk down these steps, and they go straight onto the rocks into the water. Depending on the level of the water, you could step right off the steps into the water, but at low tide, you step off the steps onto the rocks into the water. Total California movie scene. It's beautiful, man. Right on Airbnb. Yeah, you're not going to be. Once you get down to 17, you'll be cutting off into the residential neighborhoods to get your Airbnb. Yeah, the Hook, exactly. Yeah, you've been there before. Yeah, I worked down there. That's where you hand her some eggs and say, "Leave my chickens alone, lady." And if you have land in Alabama, you can have a weapon in your hand and say, "Please don't trespass. Here's some eggs." Thank you, Anti-Jack. Anyone is welcome to do that. Sorry, I all of your mods, you can. Thank you, Anti-Jack, for being the first one to put up someone else's stream that everyone here should check out, because we're all a big community. And like right now, I think Tully's got a live stream. Well, she had one starting at 6 o'clock. You should go over there if she's still going. Support. Matter of fact, does anyone know who has a live stream going right now? Indy, start a live stream so we can go over to your live stream. You got time. You wouldn't be in much. Oh, look, Striker. Oops, Striker. There he is. Hey, Striker. What's up, big guy? He's got to clean his feet. He ain't worried about me. Actually, believe it or not, I don't have any problems with his cats as far as pests. Oh, yes, right. You're gonna be. You're moving, right? Or you're going to be moving soon, and that's why you're packing up. That kind of sucks, but it'll be better. Get away from the West Coast. It's crazy out here, man. I plan on doing the same thing soon, hopefully, within a year. More dairy cow today. Oh, we got Ginger right here. Hello, Ginger. Say hello to the crowd, girl. This is what I deal with when you see the picture of whatever I put up on StreamYard. I usually have Ginger, Gandalf, Platina, Striker, or Silver in my lap. Every now and then Harley will come up here, very seldom, and about the same amount of seldomness. Wow, Shadow will come up here. But I always usually have one of them in my lap for half the live stream. I got Dixie. She actually looks more like Dixie. Get in here. Oh, speaking of Shadow, he's up in the window. Dixie's more white than black. Striker is more black than white. I call him a tuxedo. Yeah. Yeah. But anyhow, I keep these guys from getting any fleas other than flea medication. I grow a lot of peppermint, and when they seed, there's these little white things. You can bring them in the house and just like do like that, and all the seeds will fall like a flea stay the hell away from them. You can de-flea your whole house with a little bit of peppermint seed that comes from the plant, and it makes your house smell good. And it actually fleas, mosquitoes, and a couple other pests. Derek, what's up? Thank you for stopping by, my friend. You get down. Get down. Get down. Get down. All right. Hey, thank you for stopping by, Helen. Actually, I'm probably going to end this. We're coming up on 2 hours. I appreciate Why are you back up here? You're pushy. You're pushy. I appreciate everyone for coming in. Be kind, helpful, grateful. Buy some silver, some platinum, and some crystallized osmium. Be kind, helpful, and grateful. And learn a valuable skill for you, or whatever you find valuable that you think you can do. Learn the skill. Because if you have that skill, you won't have to barter your precious metals away if we do get to that point. Not saying that we are going to get to that point. Sorry. No, Derek. Usually I stay on longer. But yeah, be kind, helpful, grateful. Learn a valuable skill and get to know your community. Fill your pantries. If things get bad, fill your pantries and be kind to people. Don't let people starve. If you still have a job and you know you can refill your stuff as you use it, don't let greed into your heart. We will get further as a nation if we are all kind, helpful, and grateful. That is a serious thing. Even everyone says there's a spiritual war coming up. Be kind, helpful, and grateful. Stack a little bit more. Get an extra case of tuna or tomato soup that you can give away when the homeless people who aren't as well off as you come by. Because in history, instead of reading it like we read 1929, people will be saying, holy cow, those people had it together and were helping each other out. That's the kind of world I want. Let's prepare to make that kind of world. That's all I'm saying. As best as each of us can. Having said that, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you very much. God bless every one of you. God bless America. And have a great week. Be safe. Take care. And I need to find off button here. Hold on a second. In stream. You guys take care. Bye-bye. Just for you, girl. Where's this? This is for 79 here. All right. Now we're done.